Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm a bit tired of being 24-20 something, so let's get Kicnop's scalp. Who is he? Anonymous from Turkey. There have been quite a few events going on in Turkey recently, but yeah, I hope everything is gonna be fine. There's nothing else I can say about the topic. So, and the least amount of people will be injured. So E3 is a weird move order to get to the main line, but I don't think I can exploit it just yet. Maybe I can, who knows. Yeah, knight d2 is not the right way to play here in the move order. Normally they castle first, I castle along, knight d2, e5. So if I go e5 right now, maybe there's no difference. I can also try b5, since I didn't castle along. b5, a4, no, don't like it. Okay, I'll just go e5 and try to transpose. We'll see where it takes us. Because since I didn't castle yet, I might also play some bishop before check if he takes on c4. So I'm assuming white should castle right about now. And then if I play e d4 and he plays knight takes e4, after long castle it will be a transposition to the main lines. Yeah, here I have the extra option of knight takes, of bishop before check, which I'm not sure whether or not I should do it. Feels like it's a good move. If I take, he castles, and then it's a transposition. So bishop before check, bishop d2, kind of have to take on d2, queen d2, e d4. No, it doesn't feel like it's improving anything. Just transposing. Okay, so e d4 is not the typical move. I'm not sure why. But okay, let's just make a waiting move and see what he wants. Just play king b1, b8. Normally they go queen a4 or bishop d2 or queen b3. Maybe king b8 was not the best because he had kind of queen b3 and attacking, preventing any knight d4 ideas. So anyway, let's just try to develop. Don't want to take on d4 just yet, although I might do. Bishop c6 is annoying. Okay, I'll just play like this and see what happens. So positionally speaking, if queen b3, you might want to go knight d5. And he might want to go knight e5 at some point to force a better pawn structure, which is a bit annoying to me right now. Didn't want to allow it. Okay, knight d5 on the board. I don't see what he can do to punish me. If he will exchange the bishops, I won't really have any reason to complain. I think I can just take and play queen b4 next. An interesting idea would have been also knight takes, oh, never mind. Knight takes d4, intermediate move followed by knight e7, but felt a little bit risky. So I'm choosing the solid approach. Just trying to exchange queens and banking on my on the fact that he has an isolated pawn and that my pieces are relatively active. I don't know why I'm pre-moving rook takes d5. I don't think bishop d5 is a logical way for him to continue. If I were white, I would just take and then, or just go like h4 or something. I don't know. Wait, 95. 95 is an interesting move. Also logical. Now knight b6 would make sense to me. Another interesting option. Oh, yeah. Should have played maybe knight f4, gf, rook d4. It's funny, I always see tactics like one moment after making my move. Okay, now what to take back with? Let's go with the a pawn. Play it safe. Now d4 is hanging. He might want to go d5, yeah. I think I'll go f6. Just preparing knight e5. So, I don't know, what does he want? It just prevents my idea. Knight a5. Queen d4 check actually would have been much more logical. Also queen c5 check and knight b4. Yeah, knight a5 is a bit passive. Regrettable. Yeah, now he can claim to have a minor grasp since my knight is lacking any good squares. But at least my rook is joining the game and I'm putting pressure on the open file. So I have a little bit of activity going on. But I still wish I can get my knight back to the game. So if it were my move, I would probably go knight c6 back. Maybe I should have done it in the previous move also. But it felt a bit awkward to admit a mistake like this. Okay, rook e8, rook e8. I'm not even sure if knight a5 was so bad. Okay, now what to do? What to do? This guy is hanging, so maybe I can just move it for now and see what happens. Actually, queen c5 followed by rook e3 is also a very interesting point to play. He prevented it. Okay, I think I'll go back. Preparing knight c6, I think he will notice and prevent it with queen somewhere. And then I have to find some active idea. Or just wait until his clock runs out. b4 is a big threat by him. Not sure if I can prevent it right now. Let's go b5. Preparing knight c4. Ah, but yeah, this knight is hanging. Takes him a long time to notice. Just blunder a knight, but seems like I'm going to win on time. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx it, but you get the point. Ah, his clock is going up somehow after making his move. I'm gonna make a funny trap.
White forfeits
Yes.
on time.
Okay, so if he takes on d6, I wanna play rook takes c1 check intermediate move, and if he takes here, I got queen c5 in. So he has to play something like king h2, but it would have consumed some time. Yeah, I hate to win like this, but my position was very bad anyway. So this particular position seems like white is already much better. Maybe queen c5 check is what I have to play to just be a pawn down. Let's see what the computer has to say. Rook e2 or c5. Wow. Rook e2 before rook takes g2. I considered it but thought it was too forcing. And now finally queen c5 check, like I mentioned. Yeah. Okay, let's go backwards and see what happened in the game. So we had the normal variation. We transposed. Now ed4 is not the main line, but a very interesting move nevertheless, actually, because knight takes d4 doesn't look very tempting. So I guess I'll have to check this variation a bit deeper if I want to play it in the future. And yeah, queen e6 seems like the principal move now, preparing rook d4. Yeah, just like the computer here recommends. But he likes white. I'm not sure. I have to analyze it. King b8 was a mistake, as mentioned, because of queen b3. Now knight takes d4 maybe, finally. Knight e5, as mentioned, was a good idea. Rook e1 followed by knight e5. And now finally I managed to equalize. Knight takes d4 intermediate move was a very interesting tactic. If the queen moves, I get knight takes e7. A pawn up, a bit risky, but at least not objectively worse. And now after rook ad1 he would have a slight edge. And now it's finally equal. Knight f4 is a nice tactic which I missed until I already pressed the clock. Yeah, knight b6. It happened to me very often recently when I just make a move, even in over the board classical chess. I make a move and then I suddenly see something very obvious. Yeah, now f6 was a good, interesting, practical move. And instead queen takes b2 is probably more challenging. Once again queen takes b2, followed by queen d4 check if possible. I'm assuming white should play king h1, but why does computer don't show it? I guess king h1 I have knight b4, knight c2 ideas. Okay, knight a5 is probably a mistake. I think queen c5, knight b4 was also interesting. Okay, let's have a quick look. So here, queen c5, knight b4, yeah, more or less equal. Queen d4 check, slightly worse. So in the game I played this very bad positional move, knight a5. Knights on the rim are, knights on the dim are rim, or knights on the rim are dim. I have to check this one out. My English is not good enough for this phrase. So yes, here queen c3, and once, yeah, he exploited his advantage very well so far, but failed to be fast enough to survive the clock. Yeah, now even after I blundered the piece, he was just having 3 seconds left and I won. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching this game. We get finally a step closer to our 2500 goal. And I really hope you are learning something from this process of watching me play. And if you want to learn some more, then keep watching the next video.